Hi, I'm Joseph Kateri, and today I'm going to tell you the absolute worst things you can do to your Oculus Quest 2. Hey, that rhymed. Let's go. God, I look so shiny. I've been using the Oculus Quest 1 and 2 for a few years now, and I've realized that a few people are missing some very vital and crucial information regarding their Oculus Quest 2 and how to care for it that could potentially save a lot of money in their wallets or their entire headsets. But before I go on, you know what time it is. Take a look at this. 97% of you are not subscribed right now. That's an insane number. Subscribe now so I can feed my cat. So today I have 5 main tips that are extremely important and crucial, and I thought of making this video because my view and sub count spiked like crazy and I couldn't figure out why, but then I realized it's because it's Christmas. Everyone just got an Oculus Quest 2 for their presents. So clearly, they went on YouTube and then found my videos. So for the next few weeks, I'm going to be making content guided towards VR beginners. I'll probably record just like 3 of them today, even in these same clothes. Also, we hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm super happy that we hit 1K, and I really only have the people watching to thank for that. I wrote down the goals that I had for this channel a long time ago, and one of them was to hit 1K subs by April, which would be my 1-year anniversary. And we did it. We actually did. Now, the only thing that I have left is to get monetized, so if we can hit that by April, fingers crossed. Okay, now onto the video. I think this is the biggest thing that you should not do, is to buy on separate stores. Stick to only one store when you're buying products. Stick to only one single store for all of your games. Now, what I mean by this, if you have a VR ready PC, basically anything better than a GTX 970 or GTX 1060, anything better than that, only get Steam games. Do not buy on the Oculus Store, it is a scam. Now, here is what I mean by that. On Steam, you have Steam sales constantly. In fact, if we look right now, would you look at that? It's the winter sale. Who the fuck would know that? But it is. And would you look at that? So many games are on sale right now. That's wild. Yeah, Steam has sales constantly. Oculus pretty much never does. And also, I mean, if you don't want to use Steam, there are other methods to get these games for free, which I'm not going to go through, but you know what I mean. You can also just use your computer regularly through VR, so like Google Docs and stuff like that if you're studying. You can game share with friends, so you don't even need most of these games if you just have a rich friend who does. And there's plenty of Steam games that just aren't on the Oculus Quest. Boneworks, that is for sure a Steam exclusive. Same with Half-Life Alyx, one of the best VR games ever made. Steam exclusive. And if you ever switch from your Oculus Quest, so let's say that I wanted to use the Valve Index in the future. It's one of the best headsets currently available on the market. Let's say I saved up and I upgraded. Then I'm fucked because all of my games are stuck on Oculus. The only time I would recommend buying on the Oculus Store is if you don't have a PC and you do not plan to get one in the future at all. Then I would say your only choice is to go through the Oculus Store. Alright, second thing, it kind of relates to this one. Don't buy every VR game you see. I would say I haven't played a solid third of my VR games, even if I've bought them. If we go to my library right now, here's all of my VR games I have. I have a lot more, but they're just sitting on my hard drive and not in Steam. And I can say for a fact my most played is Beat Saber, and most of these I don't even have installed. Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades, I've never played that. That was actually game shared with me. I Expect You to Die, I've played that a handful of times at most. IKEA VR Experience, it doesn't even fucking work. A lot of times what will happen is you'll watch a YouTuber play a VR game, but it's a lot less fun when you play it. Like Phasmophobia, it's a lot less fun when you're actually playing it, in my experience, just my experience. I would rather watch someone like Jacksepticeye play it, you know? If you want to save money, there are tons of free games on the Oculus Store and on SideQuest. And like I mentioned, there are certain websites where you can find these games for free. And if you don't want to go down that path because of, you know, legality, you could even just go on a website like G2A, where I would say it's probably worse morally because, you know, they usually use like your mom's stolen credit card to buy these keys, but you can find games up to 90% off here. And as far as I'm aware, it's a legitimate website that works and it's not illegal. Now, I will say, I do not recommend you to find these games for free if it's a small indie developer, if it's a small like solo team. I wouldn't recommend it. You know the rule, if it's a chain, it's free reign, all right? That's the rule. All right, let me quickly interrupt this broadcast to say, go subscribe. Subscribe now. And also go down to the description. Check out my TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and even the music playing right now. Oh, also, the reason my whole room is a mess behind me is because this bed used to not be there. I used to not have that. I had this bed in that corner. I don't know if I'm pointing at it. I would sleep on that twin mattress on the floor like it is right now, but I just bought that queen bed, so I'm still setting it up. So back to the video. All right, the third tip that I have for you is don't get your headset anywhere near direct light or sunlight. Even a few seconds of a direct hot beam can completely destroy the lenses. It's similar to how a magnifying glass works on like a piece of paper and it lights it on fire. The lenses work in a similar fashion where it will just simply destroy the screen behind the lenses, and there's no way to fix it either. As soon as it's destroyed, it's done. You have to go to a repair shop, which I don't even think any repair shop works with Oculuses, or just buy a new headset, which really sucks. Now, Oculus probably should have included a lens cap, seeing as how this is a major design issue, but they don't. They just kind of give you a silly little label and say, oops, don't do this. And they don't give you a lens cap, which is really, really annoying. Now, you can buy a lens cap, which is what most people do, but because I'm cheap, I tend to just keep it somewhere safe, away from any type of light. I actually keep it on a headphone hanger right behind my drawer, so you know, it's kind of tucked away in a corner. Here's the next major do not. Do not set your Guardian too big. I know what you're thinking. Oh, the Guardian is literally there for a reason. It will warn me if I hit something. Kind of, it will. You know, you're thinking, oh, I want it to be the largest amount of space possible. That's what makes logical sense. And it does make logical sense. However, the Guardian is not as foolproof as you think it is. If you're in a boxing game like Thrill of the Fight, you're doing jabs constantly, right? You're doing uppercuts, you're doing hooks. If you're just punching, you know, that's fast. You can't fucking react to that, and neither can your Guardian. You're gonna end up punching your monitor, punching your drawer, punching your, like, walking into your bed. If you're playing Beat Saber swinging, your brain's not gonna be able to react fast enough to pull your hand away when the Guardian shows up. Set your Guardian at least a foot closer to you than you think it needs to be. If my monitor is right here, I don't set the boundary at my monitor. I set it a foot away from the monitor. The past 2 days since Christmas just passed, I've seen so many people on TikTok breaking their controllers, breaking their fingers, breaking their knuckles, accidentally punching like the closet and stuff like that. It's really dumb and you can easily avoid that. Alright, and the last major do not is do not buy every accessory you see. I know, you're hyped up, you just bought an Oculus Quest 2, you want to Franken-Quest the hell out of it, you want to make it the best it can possibly be. That's cool, and you eventually will. Just be sure what you're buying is worth the money. I'm eventually going to make a best accessory video, probably 2 videos after this one. But until then, I will say this. Most of Amazon, like if you just Google Oculus Quest 2 head strap, most of these are just the exact same thing, just from different Chinese factories. Like look, these 5 right here, almost exactly the same price. And they all look exactly the same and probably do the exact same thing. Now, what I can recommend is the brand Kiwi, the brand Bobo VR, as well as this website called VR Cover, and I think they also sell on Amazon. This one right here. So shop and go to Meta Quest 2, shop now, and there you go. Here's a bunch of cool shit for it. Now, for beginners, I only recommend you buy a head strap, and that's because at the very beginning, I normally would recommend a battery pack. However, most people can't even play VR for that long anyway before, at least in the beginning, until they get nauseous or until they get tired, their arms hurt, something like that. So a battery pack immediately is not necessary. I would recommend a head strap. This is the one I have, as you can see, last purchased November 9th. It's actually out of stock. However, it has a detachable battery on the back, which is really, really cool. And I actually made an entire video on this. I would also recommend a pair of good earbuds. I believe I have one of these. I'm not too sure which one I have, but I have a pair of AKGs. And finally, I would recommend a pair of grips for your controllers. You can't really go wrong. I would just go with the Kiwi brand because that's most reliable. If you're talking high end, like you are top tier, you don't even have an Oculus Quest at this point, I would get one of these Omni treadmills. Now, I don't even know if you can buy this yet, but it was seen in Ready Player One. It's really cool, and it probably costs like $2,000. And you can also get one of these. This is a tactical haptics vest that you can use so you can feel like touch and stuff like that from VR. Again, very expensive, I think $500. This is only for high-end people. I will probably never buy something like this unless I get it free from them. Hint, hint, you should definitely do that. Or I become super rich and I can just afford to buy it. You can also make your own accessories, which is super cool. This guy right here, Lucas VR Tech, he made $20 VR gloves, and I very much want to recreate them. And I think I will eventually for one of my videos. It uses 3D printed parts and an Arduino, which is pretty cool. So by now, you should know 5 things that you should never do with your new Oculus Quest 2 device. Anyways, this channel is all about making educational and entertaining VR content, so if you enjoyed, please hit the bell, subscribe, join my Discord down below. You can receive updates on whenever I upload. While you're down there, you can find links to my TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and even the music playing. Alright, that's all I got. Enjoy your Oculus device. Have a nice day.